talked about WWE 2K games, we've talked about AEW Fight Forever, but today we're doing something really cool and we're talking about Ultra Pro Wrestling. Inspired by the team's love of the days of the N64 Aki games like No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW NWO Revenge, Ultra Pro Wrestling has the potential to deliver something really special to wrestling fans. UPW gave their brand new showcase video, which is pre-alpha footage of the game with the full match taking place, and right away you can tell that it is totally inspired by the days of old, and it's stuff that I absolutely grew up on and I love it. The gameplay footage, even for the pre-alpha, has the inspired sound effects, the movements, the animations for that of like WWF No Mercy. There's a lot that UPW is also planning to offer players within this game, and it looks like they have a very large, long roadmap of how they want to continuously support this game even after it launches. So let me explain. From diverse match types, rules for all of the matches, create an arena, create a championship, online mode, as well as a career mode. And that's not talking about the planned DLC they have going on as well. You can see from the footage that we have here, and this is very early on concepts from Ultra Pro Wrestling regarding different match types that they're looking to include. This is not by any means confirmed. This game is in huge development from a very small, passionate team. So it's critical that we understand that this is a lot of just concept work here for the match types. When we get official match types loaded up and they announce it, then obviously we will talk about it here on the channel. But it's a really awesome indication of what the team wants to include and where their head's at with this game. Because we look at the kind of standard matches of one-on-ones, your tag teams, handicap matches, Royal Rumbles or just battle royales, and tournaments. And then for one-on-one matches, you can see there's like Falls Count Anywhere, Iron Man matches, guest referee. Guest referee. Steel cage match, which you can change the different type of steel cage you would have for the match, ladder matches, and table matches. And then they have the list here of all the different rules where you can change and tweak all of the match stipulations to modify it the way you want, which is some of the stuff that I love from the old days on the N64, where I could just have a one-on-one match, but I could essentially just make it a first blood match if I wanted to, change up tornado tag team matches and the style of match you're gonna have. So having the freedom in there is very exciting with this game. Now let's talk about Create a Wrestler for a second. The creation suite in here is going to be very deep. It's not going to be just surface level stuff of customizing color or changing the attire of your wrestler, some of the basic stuff. They're planning to have a really in-depth system where you can modify essentially everything from the entrance, the attires, the look, the weight, the tattoos, like almost all of it for your Create a Wrestler, and also using different parts of the attires and the aesthetics from the in-game wrestlers and applying it to your creations. So it's gonna feel, I think, almost limitless in that regard from based off what they say in the press releases for what we can customize. This showcase video that they did put together, I really like it. And there's a couple of reasons why, but specifically looking at the creation features, they highlight it here and they show you that you can change the size of your wrestlers, you can modify the attires and the items, the color layers you can change, and like I said, there's a lot more that they're gonna allow you to include for creation. And I love that they showed this off and they demoed it, because one of my big hang-ups when we have any other wrestling game is typically we don't see these things in action, they don't showcase them, and it's almost a wait and see or just trust that they're there. But I love this, that even when it's a pre-alpha thing, they're still trying to show off what they plan to do with it. The other component that UPW is planning to launch is going to be with regards to their online structure and the online play. They're calling it Live Monday shows. So from their press release, they outlined that you can compete in ranked online matches where wins and losses determine your ranking. You can fight your way up the ranks for a shot at the Global Internet Wrestling Championship, defended weekly on the live stream show UPW Monday Blast. It features live commentary, discussions, news, fan feedback. There's challenges you can go through. Matchmaking is seamless and robust ranking system in there too. And you can download and share the creations across all of the modes. And when it comes to create a championship, create an arena, they've also outlined how there's going to be a lot you can do here, much like the Create a Wrestler and the creation suite there. You're going to be able to modify the stage, the commentary booth, all of the major components when it comes to creating an arena it is planned to be there for this mode. Likewise with Create a Championship, being able to go in and change the different straps from different types of material, recreating some of your favorite championships, being able to utilize the in-game championships and customize those ones too. They're leaving the door very open for people and players to be able to customize how they want to with all of this in-game material. UPW also has a lot to say when it comes to the career mode, which does sound very exciting. We're going to highlight some of the key points here. And the first one is that they just talk about how it's a revolutionary AI procedural driven experience. It takes you on an epic journey through wrestling history, immersing you in larger than life tales of the 1980s. The story mode will be split into decades, and you'll begin your wrestling career in the 1980s. You can wrestle for one or many different promotions across USA, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, continental Europe, Japan, and the UK, and then you're going to be expanding from there. You'll make new friends during the career mode. You can meet up with managers, you can befriend people, you can impress a promoter, you can hire a manager, get into a tag team. They give a good example too of how things will progress. So as an example, UPW outlines the following. Once you battle your way through the highs and lows of the crazy 80s for the first time, and the downloadable content pack for the 1990s becomes available, you'll unlock the next decade. From here, you can continue playing as your previously selected wrestler, or you can even start an entirely new 90s career with a different wrestler in a different starting promotion. Hell, you can even go back and try a different direction from the 80s. So what sounds really neat here is the ability to kind of weave through the career mode, go backwards, try with different wrestlers, try different tactics. And because of the system that they're utilizing, it does sound like here that you're kind of going to be able to choose your own adventure and different paths along the way, and having that replayability, I think, is going to be crucial here. The other thing they outlined in the showcase video was going to be the additional DLC, and this is paid content, additional content that you can get upon the release of the game. And so far, they have a really extensive list of wrestlers that are jumping on board with UPW upon the launch with the DLC. So being able to get wrestlers like Matt Cardona, Chris Candido, Arn Anderson, Al Snow, Too Cold Scorpio, Gangrel, Who Better Than Canyon, Dynamite Kid, and even Jake the Snake Roberts is in there, and a lot more. Not to mention all of the in-game characters that they have for the original creations that are in the game too. And it sounds like the DLC list is going to continue to grow over time as there's more and more support and reach for the game itself. There's a lot to be excited for here, and I am in no way affiliated with Ultra Pro Wrestling, just simply wrestling fan, a fan of the Aki engine and the N64 games, and finding out about all the details about this game has me very excited. My concern and hesitation with it is that it is a small, passionate team, which is awesome, but that they are going to be able to hit these milestones and hit everything that they want to hit for this game, because it's very ambitious to be having this game with this engine and everything that we just talked about with regards to create an arena, create a wrestler, championships, and the extensive career mode. It's a lot in the game, not to mention the amount of match types they could have included in the game too. The game is slated to come out in 2024 around the holiday season, and it's in development across all platforms for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and for PC. So I like that they are trying to make sure that it's going to be available across everything, which is awesome. And hopefully they do hit their release date and window of holiday 2024, because this game, I think, has a lot of potential to scratch that itch that players have been looking for a throwback for the days of old. And I do applaud the team over there for working this hard on something that is clearly something they're very passionate about, because you can see based off all the details that they're trying to give players that they're really hopeful they can make this into something really big and ultimately fun for players and wrestling fans. Comment below your thoughts on Ultra Pro Wrestling. Would you be excited to be picking this up next year? When more details drop, I'll have it here on the channel. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. I will see you on the next video. Bye.